We just found out that Jordan is just doing this show so she doesn't get fined. Welcome to the 1 Hour on Brain Cell Podcast, everybody. Welcome back to the 1 Hour 1 Brain Cell Podcast, everybody. We were just talking before the beginning of the show, and Jordan said she was glad she wasn't doing the intro this week because, quote, I don't know how to do the intro, I don't know how to do the outro, and I don't know how to do something in the middle. So
like any of the stuff in the middle, I'm just here. I'm along for the ride. I'm the personality hire. Don't expect me to contribute anything.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
That's it. We're done.
Good night. Great show. Show's over. Go home.
The best one we've ever done because we simply just open it and close it, and no one would have anything to complain about.
Yeah, it's like do you remember the very end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Ferris Bueller shows up and he's like,
"You're still here?
You're still here. Go home. Yeah. The movie's over."
The movie's over. They did that with oh my god, they did that in Deadpool. Yeah. I was like, was it the first one or the second one? But
yeah,
I remember that. It
was the first one.
Post-credits little stinger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You and I kind of did our little Ferris Bueller's Day Off when we were in Chicago. We tried to go to the art museum, but it was too close.
We had a little Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We just didn't joyride a car, and we didn't really go to the art museum. But we did see the Bean. We didn't get a fun little party in the street, and we didn't go to the Cubs game because we probably would have got rained out. To be honest with you, I don't. Yeah. That was an interesting. We'll be back.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about this the other day. That's like when we go back, not if we go back, because it feels like I'm ending up there once a year at this point in time.
Yes.
We'll be back. We'll have a proper Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. That's coming soon. All right. Mm-hmm. Here's what we have to talk about on the show today. We have a fun segment that Jordan devised that you saw on the internet, which I hadn't seen yet and did not know was a thing. Mm-hmm. Which is we came up with lists, 10 reasons the other person would be unfit to go to war.
I'm a little bit excited for this. I'm also a little bit horrified by this because you and I are we've talked about this, but you and I are in the stage of spending a lot of time together, which makes us really like, we don't hold anything back. It's like, if you want to roast the other person, we're just going to lean into it. Yeah. And it's a dangerous time to be creating this list. I did ask my mom for help workshopping one item. It was like the SNL writer's room. And I was like, let me run this by you and like see if it makes sense to you. Because you've heard every episode of this stupid show and you know Richie.
Yeah.
Does this make sense
to you? I saw your parents at the Good Boy Easy show this week.
Correct. You've seen my parents more recently than you've seen me.
Yes.
So I'm like, they would know. They would simply know. So we did workshop. The 10th item was a collaborative effort. But I did get 1 through 9. And I feel good about it. I've seen people doing this a lot with their spouses, but also like their best friends and in their group chats or whatever. And it's snuck on my TikTok somehow. And I was like, we ought to do this for the show. Yeah. Because it might get out of control, but it'd be good content.
Yes. Yeah. We'll get to that. We can't do the best segment off the top. So we'll get to that. No. We'll get to that in a little bit. We also have some music to talk about. We have Jordan's Sprite Hunt to talk about. Now, when we say Sprite Hunt, we do not mean trekking across the state of Indiana to find a certain flavor of the beverage Sprite, not the soda.
Not Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. We also have some movies to talk about this week, per usual, and more. So where should we start? Let's start with the music, shall we? Because we're both wearing merch.
Yeah. A little brand new merch over there, a little slightly old merch over here, but still good merch.
Yes. I went to a concert this week, which is where I saw your parents. I went to go see Good Boy Daisy, their first headline tour, closed it out at Valley Bar, sold out show, sold the bitch out, which was awesome. It was a great show. I had a great time. The crowd was awesome. Singing along to the songs. A lot of people knew the lyrics of the songs, which was great. The vibes were good. We had a Katy Perry cover. I Kissed a Girl was to not expect, which was fun.
I love an unexpected cover. Like when Senses did Hillary Duff, I'm like, hell yeah, put that.
Yeah.
Winona Fighter did Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Like, put one in there, right? Put one in there and get the crowd going. Because even if they don't know any of the words to your songs, if it's a popular enough one, you'll get them on your team.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so I had a great time. They were awesome, as always. And it was jam packed again. I love Valley Bar, man. It's such a cool spot. Like there's only 200 people at max in that room that can fit in there, maybe.
I've never been. That was my parents' first time going too. They were like, "This is like down an alley. Like, are we good here?"
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that on my way there. I was like, are they going to be able to find this place? Because it is like you kind of have to know where you're going to find it. And so luckily they did. They found their way, which is good.
The person that is really good with real life directions, but not very good at being oriented, like my dad could drive anywhere if you tell him how to get there, even if you just tell him the freeways, and he does know like north, south, east, and west. But the last couple of times we've gone on like a big family vacation and we've gone somewhere, regardless of where we're going, the first turn he does is always the wrong direction. And I'll like have the directions out on my phone and be like, nope, and just look at my mom and shake my head. Like so much so to the point that we put it on our bingo cards for our trip to Europe. That was like one of the spaces was Dad starts walking the wrong direction, because he'll just start walking.
So funny.
I'm like, that's definitely gonna happen here. It seems like it did when I was recapping with my mom. Is like they passed a couple of streets and they were like, are you sure we're going the right way?
Yeah, so we all made it out okay, which was great. Yeah, the cool thing about headline show, they did get to play for a little bit longer, so they played for a full hour instead of the 30 minutes we normally get. So we got some throwback songs. We got Gray, we got It Can't Be That Hard, we got Running from the Headlines, and then we got all of the Blitz songs as well. We got Never Learn, which was the song that they did with the Rex from several years ago. And so it was great. I loved It Can't Be That Hard. That's legit like one of my favorite Good Boy Daisy songs. I told Dylan Hell after the show, I was like, you guys played It Can't Be That Hard? I was like, thank you for playing that. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, that song rips, and I've never seen it played.
Yeah.
Justice.
Yeah. So they played that. We got let's see, anything. Yeah, we got Terrify, Shag Chateau, Where'd You Go, I Kissed a Girl, I said that. Green Room, Someone Like You, Never Learn, and then they closed with Summer Love.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So it was a great set list.
That's the hitter. That's a good set list.
Yeah.
They posted a little bit of it in the Discord, but they had selectively redacted a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
And we were everybody was in the comment section, like trying to polite, like kindness aggression them into putting what they wanted down below the redacted section. We were like, It can't be that hard, better be under there. And then it was somehow, but yeah, it's always funny when that happens.
We did secure the bag.
Yes, that's such a great vinyl.
Yep, and
it's such a great vinyl. Great signatures. Love the color contrast on the Sharpie. Did my mom tell you what happened with the Sharpies? Yes.
Yes.
This is the only story I have to contribute to this, so I might as well. But like, they brought Sharpies, and they brought a black one and a silver one, because that was the mission that I had given them, is if they have a vinyl, can you please get me one? And if they're signing the vinyl, can you please get it signed? And they brought Sharpies, and they were in my mom's purse. My mom had a clear bag, right? She's not a rookie. She's a veteran at this. She knows it has to be clear bag, restrictions, didn't bring in anything else. And security took their Sharpies at the door. And she's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm trying to get something signed. Like, is there a reason? He's like, yeah, it's so people don't tag the bathroom. She's like, you're looking at me being like, this lady might tag the bathroom. Like, that's my mother. Like, no,
Yeah.
she's not gonna. The only place she's ever done that has been Mother Bear's Pizza, and you're encouraged to write on the walls there.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that was kosher. She's not the kind of person that's gonna tag the bathroom. So anyway, they took the Sharpies from her, and she was like
Yeah.
miffed about it. And my dad was miffed about it. And I think if it had just been a black Sharpie, they might have just let it slide. But it was because there was the silver one in there that it like tipped him over the edge. And my dad went back after the show to
Yes.
security at the doors. And they're like, are you looking to pick something up? And he's like, yeah, my Sharpies. And they like, they had to like open this locked drawer and like give him 2 Sharpies back. It was like stupid. I'm like, what the hell, you guys? Like, I think we're worrying about the wrong things, but sure.
Yeah.
It's like when they take digital cameras from people at concerts. I'm like, I can understand if it's one of those big ones with like the removable,
Yeah.
photo
The
lenses,
DSLR
but
ones.
like
Yeah.
you're taking like that stupid blue one that I have.
Yes.
Like if you're taking a digital camera from someone that takes pictures in about 480p resolution, like that's just for vibes.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything professional with this thing.
Right.
I'll never understand that either. But it got to the point, like, I think a lot of it was during the Eras tour or the like Lady Gaga tour or Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I've seen this happen at a lot of tours in the past where people have tried to bring in digital cameras and they've been told no. And so they'll start stashing them in the bushes around venues and then coming back to like find them later.
Right.
Like, sure. I just feel like we don't need to be taking them.
That's so funny.
So anyway, my parents had
agree.
a fight over that. So.
They
But
were
I'm glad
nice
they
enough.
didn't sign in black because the cover on
Yes.
that is very dark. So
Yes.
that would have gone interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, your parents were nice enough to drive me back to my car because I parked super far away because I'm stubborn and I
Sure.
refused to pay for parking. So
Yeah.
I had to walk a mile when it was like almost 110 degrees outside at
Edgy.
6 o'clock.
You didn't want to like scooter or anything?
I thought about it. But by the time I found one, I was pretty close. I was like, I'm gonna have to pay $5 for this. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
So I decided not to. I was like, I'll just walk the rest of the way, and it's fine. You and I had our walking extravaganza in Chicago, so it's like walking a mile was no problem. Like,
Yeah.
actually, it wasn't too bad because like it was the sun was getting ready to set at that time, so it was just a little warm, so it was a little sweaty. It was a little sweaty, but I survived. I didn't have to pay $20 for parking, which was great.
Yeah. You save that money how you can.
Yeah, so Good Boy Days was awesome. They're headed back out on the road here soon, I believe, touring with another band, I believe, here in the fall. So go check out Good Boy Daisy, their Instagram. You can see where to go see them near you.
They're following Arrows in Action. Mm-hmm. I just looked that up. They're playing. They're playing a handful of those dates. I don't think we're doing all of them. But they're doing from September 10th until looks like October 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a one-off show in November in Tucson.
Ah, there you go.
It's a music festival.
Yeah. Yeah, so go check them out. Go see them. They're awesome. Awesome that they wrapped up. That was their first headline tour. So great success. Again, this is a little tour T-shirt that I got. So
That's a good shirt.
it's a cool shirt. It's got the dates on the back. So
Nice.
yes. So we support our local musicians, everybody. I do want to mention the opening acts as well. The opening band is a band called Wildflower Mind. And again, another local band here in Arizona and Phoenix. I had not heard of them before, somewhat surprisingly. And they were awesome, man. They were such high energy. They had their own like lighting cues and stuff like that, which you don't really see with local opening musicians, which was awesome.
That's
so like
cool.
they were super high energy. and they were a lot of fun. They haven't put out music since 2025. They put out a record called Oh Indigo. I was listening to that a little bit. Good stuff. And I guess they're working on new stuff because they said they had an unreleased track that they played. So I'm assuming we'll be getting new music from Wildflower Mind soon, or rather than later. So go check them out. I had a lot of fun listening to them. A plus. Next band called Viper Club. This band is fun because this band is the band of Jack, who is the lead guitarist of Good Boy Daisy. And Viper Club is his band. So he did dual set. And they were a lot of fun as well. So go check them out. Viper Club and Wildflower Mind.
My parents said they really liked the openers. They sometimes are not the biggest fan if the vibe is very different. Sometimes they don't love that, but my mom said she really enjoyed both of those bands. The only other person I've ever seen double dip at the same show is a member of Friday Pilots Club, James. He's a guitarist for Friday Pilots, but he's also guitar and lead singer for Capital Soiree. And Capital Soiree opened for Friday Pilots Club at one of the shows that I saw. So he went on stage for that and was singing and playing guitar, and then came back out later and then just did guitar with Friday Pilots.
Yeah.
I think that's always fun. Like when music, you and I saw it happen at Lollapalooza with New Constellations when they borrowed from another band. I think it's cool when musicians have multiple projects like that purely for like the love of the game because they love music and or they have too many things going on that they can't like sit still and just be part of one project. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of not being part of one project, we should mention Chase Lawrence at some point because that just happened today.
Yes. This is so funny because we were literally just talking about this on our road trip because we had some coin in our rotation. And we were like, man, it's been a while since we've heard from Chase at all. Like, we haven't heard anything from him. So, like, we should hopefully be getting new music soon. And come to find out, we are. Because, he announced we're recording this on Tuesday, August 18th, that he's got a show coming up in Nashville here in October. So, we're close, which is awesome. Can't wait.
That's cool. I know he's been producing and working on some stuff for other artists as well, but finding time to get back to that. I'm excited to see what kind of sound is going to come out of that.
Yes.
I like him. He's a good artist. He seems like a good dude. He loves music and live music and being a part of that stuff. So I think it'll be good.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that project. Hopefully we'll get more probably in 2027 from him. So I think you and I manifested that because it was so funny that we were literally just talking about this and then we see that today. It was like manifested.
Yep. The power of manifestation, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. I texted you this week earlier and I was like, we love a paycheck. And then like that day I got paid for cat sitting and I was like, you know what? Actually.
Yes.
Speak it.
Okay. Let's continue on the music train because we do have some more music to talk about. The new Phoebe Bridgers record dropped this week. It is called
Lost Weekend.
Lost Weekend. Thank you. Jeez, I don't have it saved in my Apple Music. So like, oops. I didn't have it up. Okay, Lost Weekend. There we go. Have you listened to it yet? Did you like it? Do we think it fits well into the Phoebe discography?
I've only made it like probably 3/4 through because I was late in the game and picking it up because it came out Friday morning, and I had a wedding that day, so I was not dealing with it that day. And then like the last Saturday, Sunday, I was in over my head doing Sprite hunting, not the drink. So I really only had time to settle into it like yesterday and today. I think it settles in well. It feels like Phoebe. It's got some new stuff. Like it's not, I don't feel like it's quite as like I don't think folksy is the right word, but like definitely over Stranger in the Alps and Punisher. There's like a more of a heavy like blues kind of influence in it. It's very folky. All of the guitars are recorded like real close to the mic, like condensed. Like it feels like it like the aesthetic that it's giving if you close your eyes is like you're in a cabin somewhere and the guitar is like right next to you. And that's something her production has always done really well is it feels like it kind of puts you in the room with her rather than like being an observer, and I really enjoy that. That's like, and I think as I've had more time to sit with it, because you and I had talked about, and I didn't really love the lead single from this track, Lost Boys. I like the acoustic of that version. I feel like the album version is overproduced for my taste because I'm so used to hearing something a bit more stripped back from Phoebe. She plays around a little bit. There's some new, like some deeper sort of synth and electronic elements here. The opening track is all vocoder. I love a vocoder. I used to have an entire playlist of just songs that were vocoder, and it was mostly like Bon Iver, but it was I love that. That's one I keep going back to for some reason. Just I think it's because it's different. It's different from her. It just kind of puts you in the right atmosphere.
Yeah. I listened to this on, I believe, yeah, I listened to this on late Thursday night, I think is when I listened to this. After I got back from something we'll get to a little bit later, seeing Camp Miasma, actually, I think. And
It's a crazy day.
yeah.
Camp Miasma Phoebe Bridgers release day. Oof.
Yeah.
Pain.
Yeah. And so yeah, I've only listened to it like once all the way through, and I think the thing that struck me the most about it was it felt more like musically interesting, I think, to me than her past work, which I think I've said on this show before. You take all three members of Boy Genius, you take Julian and Lucy and Phoebe. I like Julian and Lucy's music way more than I do Phoebe's music.
Mm.
And some of that is just like you listen to, some of the Punisher tracks or some of those tracks and just like it's too sad. It just the vibe just isn't. I didn't really just vibe with it. Even though
Right.
Julian's music is sad too, but like I feel like
Julian's music is deeply sad and awful, and Lucy's music is sometimes really deeply sad and awful. They're all tortured poets.
Yes, but I think but to me like I think Julian's musicianship is so much better than Phoebe's in a way, and so like that's why I like listening to Julian more. And I think I like Julian's voice better than Phoebe's voice. And then like we talked about Lucy Dacus's last record, Forever Is a Feeling. Like that album was so musically interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And in some of the sound she was dealing with, it was so much different than her previous stuff, was a little bit more alt rock tinged. And this was like more, it felt like the aesthetic of the album was an art piece, and that album felt like an art piece. Like it had a lot of classically tinged sounds to it. And that's why I love that record so much. And I do think that this Lost Weekend, I think is Phoebe's best record, I think, from top to bottom. I think the themes, it's very thematic and from top to bottom in terms of some of the themes it's talking about. I think it's really well written. And there are some songs on there that are fascinating to me. Like I like Haunted, which is the track with Lucy and Phoebe.
Mm-hmm.
Or with Lucy and Julian. And like I think the other one is Never Going Back, which is interesting because I think it's a lot of that is instrumental in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not super crazy overwritten or anything like that. So
there is a startling amount of songs written about Bo Burnham on this record.
Yeah.
I love her. Glad she's happy. That picture of Bo Burnham with Julian in the elevator will never not be funny to me, purely because of the size difference. But I think a lot of people on the internet were learning that Bo Burnham's given birth name is not legally Bo.
Yeah.
Me included. I did not know this. I had not bothered to look. I just looked at that man and I was like, yeah, that's Bo. You know what I mean? Like, no way. Legally, he is Robert, and then Bobby, and then Bo, which is
Yeah.
hysterical to me. But yeah, shocking amount of Bo Burnham here.
I wouldn't say I'm shocked.
No, not necessarily.
The other one that like
It's
is,
just
I
funny.
think, the other one that I think kind of hit a little bit for me too was it may be the reprise of Lost Weekend actually. Because give me a second here, because I want to make sure I get this right. Maybe it's not that one. Which one is it? There's a song on here, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It may be, but yeah, here we go. It is. It's Never Going Back. Yeah, so it Never Going Back, and it ends with a Phoebe plays a voicemail message from her dad, which was just like, damn.
She's done that
so-
before on one of her singles. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was like Summer's End or something. It was like a Spotify single.
Yeah.
And I should know this, but I don't think it was it's a cover. It's a cover of a John Prine song.
Yeah.
But she has her dad's voicemail in the front of it. But I'll tell you also, there's a little bit of like, I can't tell if it exactly is, but it sort of feels like she self-samples Graceland 2, sort of at the
I've
end
seen
of
that from other
track,
people.
but then
Yeah.
also at the end of Haunted a little bit. And someone did a really horrible, terrible, emotionally devastating Spotify DJ mashup of those two
Yeah.
songs, like back
Yeah.
to front. And I heard it and it ruined my day. And it was like 7 a.m. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Hate you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's one of those records I don't know how often I'm going to go back to it by any means. But overall I think it was a really well done project. And I think we said this before, I think it's awesome that she's touring the record with no phones. I still think that's awesome. So
It gives
I
her
think
the opportunity to do that stupid stand-up comedy bit at every show where she checks her phone and then she goes, I have my phone, and everyone's like, boo. Because it feels like that's been happening like every night.
Yeah. Yeah, she put out a music video too, where I think this week where it was like they were doing a release party, a Spotify release party, and it was people like skating, roller skating.
She just like went roller skating with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
How cool. More of
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
like one. I think she's maybe one of the more normal celebrities that like people tried to be all parasocial and get close to her, and she's like, I don't want this. Back up.
Yeah.
I feel like in that way, she's very like down to earth, like realistic about it. She used to be on social media a lot more, and now she's not. But when she was really funny on social media.
Yeah,
I always loved
great.
to see Phoebe's tweets.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
I always think about that one that Lucy tweeted, and it was like, fine. WAP stands for War and Peace. I was planning on never tweeting this and letting it just sit in my drafts and become more irrelevant every day, but then Phoebe made me post it.
That's a good one.
Like, that's off the dome. I just know that one because I think about it. I think about it a lot.
Yes. That's funny. All right, there we go. That's our review of Lost Weekend. Go check it out.
Welcome back, Phoebe. It's been too long.
Yes. Yeah. You see what shit hung
Let's go. Top
picks
picks
for-
for you. It is. That's a top pick.
Your essentials. I don't know what this says about me, but okay. It says
What's in your essentials?
Tate McRae, Haley Kiyoko, Muna, Alice
Okay.
Merton, Bishop
Gay.
Briggs, and more.
Gay. So funny. Anyway,
What have I done to myself? How did I manage to? How did that manage to become my brand, bro?
this has happened more than once. There was a bit on this show many moons ago where you were like, my TikTok algorithm thinks I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
And I'm still pretty sure that it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love that. We're bridging the cultural divide here.
Yeah,
Okay.
your essentials here. Let me go through some of the stuff. Yeah, we have okay, we have Graceland 2 is in there.
Pain.
Serotonin from Girl in Red is in there.
Pain. Yep.
Afraid of Heights is in there, which we get a little nod to in on Phoebe's new record. K-Flay's in there. Good Boy Daisy's in there. Phineas is in there.
Okay.
What a strange mix of music. Joe. Interesting.
Joe. I have... Ew, who put this in my Discover Weekly? I'm not saying that. We're not talking about that artist. The one that recently just
I know
got
who
a
it
Fortnite
is.
skin.
Oh, I thought you were okay. I thought
What was the other one you thought?
I thought
can air 'em
I thought he was in there.
Oh, no, he would never be in there. No, I even have that collaboration blocked. I do. I won't listen to it. I'm sorry. I love 50% of that arrangement, but that's never happening. To this day, I don't know what it sounds like. To this day, I don't know what the song Choosin' Texas by Ella Langley sounds like. You're looking at me like you don't know that either.
I don't.
Okay, good, because it's nominated for all these freaking awards, and I feel like I'm losing my mind because I've not heard this song.
Ella Langley?
Correct. Okay, thank you so much. I feel really validated. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like best new artist for country or something like that, but she's number one on the Hot 100
she's one of
for
the
18th week.
She's one of those industry plants. That's who she is.
I don't know if we can just say that, but it's possible.
Like Addison Rae's the same industry plant.
You know who somebody that I just discovered for the first time the other day?
Industry plant?
This person. Industry plant is this person called Stella Lefty.
Stella Lefty.
Stella Lefty has a song called Boston, which is an industry plant because her dad is a billionaire.
Yeah.
And I've not heard this song. I've never heard of this person, but I think she's nominated like VMAs for like Best New Artist or something.
Right. I think she actually played at Lollapalooza this year, actually.
Yes. Yeah. Best New Artist is Bella Kay, Cordis, Magnus Farrell, who I believe is Will Ferrell's son, Malcolm Todd, brother of Audrey Hobart, Miles Smith, Sienna Spiro, and Stella Lefty.
What awards is this for?
Nepotism. The VMAs Best New Artist.
Was like Slater not eligible for this?
I have to assume she wasn't eligible.
Is it okay?
But yes, correct.
Yeah.
Like, why did Will Ferrell's son get nominated, but not Adela or Slater?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's fine. I get it. Nepotism.
Stupid.
Okay.
Stupid. Whatever. Side note: Slater and Tate McRae are in the same category, which I think is funny.
Along with Lady Gaga and Madonna, and like Mother Convention in that category. Like just a.
Did you see the same headline I saw today, which is that Madonna has the most nominations this year?
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
The VMAs have completely shit the bed anymore. Like they were irrelevant.
Madonna leads the 2026 with 11 VMA nominations, followed by Taylor Swift with 9, Ariana Grande and Sabrina Carpenter with 7 each. Other multiple shots at a moon person include Bruno Mars, Zara Larsson, and Pink Pantheress with 5 each. Blackpink's Lisa has 4, and Tate McRae and Shakira are tied with 3 each.
There you go.
I could tell you what those categories.
Are we getting another
Sorry, I got this Wendy's ad that wouldn't go away.
Oh. Oh
like froze
Oops.
my computer. We're good. It was on the Variety website or something, and you know how sometimes those ads they go full. I can't. It caught me so off guard. And it wouldn't let me click out of the Frosty deal.
99-cent Frosty? For what are we?
Dude, we got to roll
Frosties
up on that. I don't know what it was. I panicked. I had to
Frosties
close
are
it.
good. We love a good Frosty.
Frosties
right
are
here.
really good. You dip the French fries in the Frosty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's smart.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Are we getting another sports car performance from Tate this year? Question mark. Is she gonna perform?
I don't know if she's confirmed to be performing or not. Honestly, if I were her, I wouldn't, because of how well it went last year.
You
Like,
can't follow
you're just
it
going
up.
to be expected to top that right away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you can. You can't run back the same performance.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to do tit for tat or something live. But I don't think it has
Yes.
it doesn't have the same oomph as doing choreo in a giant sandbox with flames in the background.
Right. Exactly.
Like, how do you can't do that again. Okay. What do we got?
Oh, sorry. I was reading an email from somebody, but I didn't. I got distracted.
Out of office.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Let's get to our list, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Disclaimer for mine. I was tossing and turning in my sleep last night, trying to come up with a full 10. I did
Rolling
not
like
come
a
up.
gas station hot dog.
Yeah, I did not come up with a full 10. I came up with
Okay.
8. I came up with 8 really good ones because I feel
Okay.
like if I would have come up with 2 more, they wouldn't have been as good, and they just would have been like, you need to get to 10. So I'm like kind of like partially mailing in my assignment here, but that's okay.
Okay.
I feel like what we're gonna
I
get.
do feel like maybe 9 and 10 from me are not as strong as 1 through 8 as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. All
yeah,
right, let's see what I do with it. Hopefully, I didn't delete my note.
that would be crazy.
That'd be the funniest thing if I. Well, you texted me before and said you almost didn't have it ready.
Well, because it was on my phone, and this happens where I forget that I'm using my phone as my camera for this, so it's not accessible. And
Yeah.
I don't share my notes between my phone and my Mac, so it's like,
Yeah.
ugh, I have to get whatever I want off of there before.
But now you got it ready. You have a screenshot, or you
I have it.
copy it over to Google Doc, and you're ready to go.
I have it prepared. It's on a sticky note.
You wrote it down?
No, I didn't write it down. It's like the program sticky notes. We're in a digital world here.
I thought you.
No, I got nothing. I got maybe some index cards.
Well, hold on. Time out. I will say, making fun of you for writing something out. You did send me a screenshot of your whiteboard the other day that had a full-on Pepe Le Pew, Pepe Sylvia.
It was Pepe Sylvia of all of the kinds of sprites that I needed. It was literally just missing the red thread. There's 117. There's 117, and it doesn't tell you if you already have one unless you've mastered it. And so when you go and you're panicking and you're fighting for your life and you're running from someone and you pick one up, you got to know whether you need it or not. You got to know whether it's worth sacrificing your life for. So, yeah, but we're good now. The whiteboard is back in place and it's clean. There's nothing on it.
Empty.
Empty. Done. Checklist.
Empty.
Okay. Do we want to go one at a time? Do we want to go 10 and 10 or 8 and 10 or
Yeah, we can go back and forth. Let's go back and forth.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your 1 seed?
I'll go first. I'm going to start with the one I sent you the other day, which is the one I
Oh yeah, I think you did. I don't remember.
I did.
It, so
I definitely did.
I have goldfish brain, so tell me anyway.
I mean, you make fun of me for having bad hearing, so I can make fun of you for having a bad memory.
That's real. Yeah.
Number 9, bad memory. Goldfish brain.
Write that down.
Number 9, goldfish brain. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Number 1. No knowledge of previous wars because you have not seen Ken Burns' Civil War, World War II, or Vietnam War.
Okay. I played a lot of Call of Duty growing up, but I'll let that slide. My number one for you, lacks constant access to energy drinks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Number 2 is 5'3", too short.
Oh, I thought there was more coming. Just too short?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 5'5", thanks very much. So my doctor says. Number 2, would want to connect to the aux cord in the tank or whatever. You know, like
Real.
you're driving, you're the kind of person that doesn't drive unless the Bluetooth is connected and the music's playing, which I respect. I'm the
Yes.
same way.
Yeah.
But like
I need my
the
Slater.
troops might not respond to Slater. Yeah.
I need my Slater.
Yeah.
Number 2, emoting on the battlefield.
No.
2 hands dance break.
Okay. That's fair and valid. Number 3, aim needs work, parentheses. I've seen him play Fortnite. Now, this bullet point actually started as aim is bad. And then we
Yeah.
had several games where you are now proving to me that your aim is getting slightly better. So I tweaked the wording to aim needs work.
Aim needs. Yes. Yes, this is true. I'm getting better. I haven't played in like a week, so it's probably back to being terrible again. My next one, I actually don't know why I wrote this down, but I wrote it down for some reason. So, but I'm just gonna say it. I should have deleted this because actually don't know why I put this here. But
Hand it out. Give me it.
I think there's a reason, but I think it's funny
Hand it
either
out.
way. It says, why did I write this out? It says scared of loud noises. Now, why did I do that?
Scared of loud noises.
I don't know why I wrote that down. Why did I
There
put
has
that
to
there?
have been a reason. There has to have been a reason. I just don't remember what it is.
Don't remember either.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Although that did happen today, like literally an hour before this. Like I was going outside. I left my stupid headphone thing in the in the car, and it's a black car, so I didn't remember to get this out, and so I went in there to get it, and the second I open my door and go outside, someone like chucked something in the dumpster outside, and it made a really loud noise, and it scared me.
See?
But I think it's just because I wasn't expecting it. Like, I don't mind being honked at or like loud music or whatever, but like, yeah, if a car backfires right next to me, like that's probably not great. You can't hear, so you're not afraid of it. Number 4, you have the survival skills of a green olive. In parentheses, I've seen him play Backrooms.
Correct.
Because you don't turn and run from anything.
No.
You turn or you run, but you can't do both at the same time.
Yeah, I think this is a video game problem. That's what I blame
Maybe.
this on. It's not a real life thing. I think.
Okay, well, let's not test it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're not going to test that. All right, number 4. I guess number 5 because I can't count. Would
Number 10,
expose
can't count.
location to stop and pet a dog or a cat.
Yeah, that would happen. No argument. Your number 5 would vanish from the squad for an unauthorized bathroom break.
Yes. Correct. Okay. Here we go. Number 5. This is I came up with this one based on your playing a Fortnite as well. Because for a while there you were trying to make friends in Fortnite, which you end up making some when you were trading the sprites, I guess. But
I did.
so in that way, yes. But yeah, most of the time it was you were trying to make friends and they just immediately shot us. So I said, we'll try to make friends with the enemy.
Okay. All right. I mean, in a real life or death situation, maybe not, but yeah. I tried it in Fortnite. I did manage to successfully give out a couple in public lobbies the other day. But I also, and you know this, but you know when you try to like zip line down those like sort of like the big kind of elevator shaft things into the area where you teleport and stuff. And then if you don't pull out your little glider and you just try to drop down to the bottom, it like almost instantly kills you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a moment today where I knocked somebody and I downed them, and then I picked them up and carried them and threw them down the elevator shaft. And I felt really bad about myself for a minute because it was like an instant elimination. But then I was like, honestly, that was kind of funny, but super brutal.
Right.
So maybe life or death, I would default to that instead. That's a version of myself I don't like. Your number 6, the opposite of something that you have on your list for me is that your height would be a disadvantage for hiding. Because if my mom can find you in the crowd at Lollapalooza, the enemy can find you.
Yes, this is true. Mm-hmm. But in my defense, if a lot of the elite military, my height are taller, I feel like. So I feel like it wouldn't
possible.
be as bad.
Yeah.
I'm not that tall. I'm not like 6'5", for goodness sakes.
No. But like, you're more easily spotted than me.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
So I just hide in the bush.
Okay. Legendary or regular?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Okay, next. We learned this at Lollapalooza. Running pace leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh, okay. Says the guy that was behind me, but that's fine. It does. My running pace and my general conditioning leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah. Okay. No real argument. Number 7 for you, no internet access for Letterboxd or Blu-ray players for Criterion Closet.
That should have been your number 1 for me.
I don't know why that came to me so late in the list, but it did. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, you know this because I texted you when Letterboxd was down that I was panicking, even though I hadn't watched a movie that day or anything. I was like, I need my Letterboxd in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the last one I have on my list for you.
Okay.
This one came to me late last night. I probably like well past midnight, I think.
Okay. So it came to you in a dream.
No, it did not come to me in a dream.
You were awake, so it was a waking nightmare.
It was a waking night. Yeah, it was it was a waking nightmare when I was sleepwalking.
Really?
Only available to fight during business hours. No late night fighting.
Okay, that's fair and valid. Yep, it's past my bedtime. Okay, you're number 8. Shoes constantly coming untied. Like, you'd be trying to run through the mud and your boot would be untied and it would be game over. You would end up like that girl in the mud pit.
Yes.
Yeah. This was, and in that same fashion, I had workshopped an item that was like, would run through the mud and dirt, but in short durations. Like, we workshopped a bit where it was like not great with the elements.
Yeah.
But we ended up leaving that one off the list. But it spiraled into that other thing.
It was an honorable mention.
Yeah. Number 9, doesn't own a proper suitcase, so would bring everything to boot camp in various loose bags.
Yes.
Which I found out about you in Chicago after how many years of our friendship. I was like, we were like in the elevator and I looked over at you and I was like, Richie, this is a serious question. Like, I'm not trying to, this isn't a joke. I'm not teasing you. I'm not being mean. I genuinely need to know, do you own real luggage? And you're like, this is it. And it was like a rolling duffel.
It's a rolling duffel bag. Because I told you, I don't take long trips. So I can usually fit everything for like a weekend or 3 or 4 days in my bag. Like,
understood.
Yeah. Like for pilots coming up in October, I'm not going to even bring a bag. I'm just going to wear the shirt on my back all day and nothing. Okay. And then the TSA's going to be like, is this guy okay? Because he's not boarding the plane with anything. Yeah.
TSA's like, where are you? Where did you come from? Where did you go? And then the name on your boarding pass is Cotton Eye Joe. Okay. Had to, it was right there. I just heard that song at a wedding. It's in my brain. At number 10 for you, the MREs would hurt your stomach and we would need a lot of Tums.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
So that was the one that my mom and I eventually settled on. Was
yes.
like that's the final workshop
It's true.
item.
Yeah, that's called being old. That's what happens there. Yeah, that wasn't happening in my 20s. I'll tell you that much. All right, there we go. That was pretty good.
I don't feel like that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. That wasn't as much smoke as I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean,
It was mostly just true.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've known each other for a long time now, so.
Yeah. Fair enough. God, like how many years? Is it like damn near 10?
I think almost. I think maybe next year will be 10.
That's nuts.
Stupid.
That's bonkers. Yeah.
Stupid. I mean, we've been doing this show for like, what, 3?
Yeah. I think it'll be like 3 in December.
Crazy.
And we still only have 25 subscribers. So if you're hearing this, please.
Tell your friends.
It's not too late. Tell your friends.
Yeah. Oh, I did see that YouTube is changing their way their views are counted.
Oh, yeah, because it's like you just press play and it counts now.
Yeah.
There's not like
so we can run up the score. We can run up the score on our videos now. And make some extra, get some revenue coming into the 1 hour, 1 brain cell podcast so we can use it for next tape trip.
We're going to start monetizing it. The Bald and the Beautiful calls it the P slur, the Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, we're going to start monetizing the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be ads and a paywall, and you can save 50% on your first box at Factor by using our promo code. Okay, if there was a corporate sponsorship, like if somebody offered us one,
yeah,
what would you accept? What brand would you accept? Red Bull? Yeah. Real. All right, call us. Red Bull corporate team.
Yeah. That and then Chili's, because we could get like a ultimate card or whatever, so it's like you just eat for free.
If you're a restaurant that does like a gold card program, call us. We'll listen.
Yes.
We might not say yes, but we will listen to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I sent you. I sent you the. I can't remember if I sent what freaking platform I sent it to you, but it's the Chili's, and it's like it's a card, and it says you've been cut off. Did you see that?
Oh my gosh, were you the one that I was talking about? It was that scene from The Office. There's a bit in The Office where it's like the Dundies, but it's the one where like I think it's the episode where Pam famously goes, "I feel God in this Chili's tonight," and it's like her little acceptance speech for a work award. But they had to rework that episode because they wrote and shot the whole thing, and then they like showed it to Chili's, and Chili's had a whole like meltdown over it because they were like, this would never actually happen at Chili's because our policy is that we don't overserve our customers. So they had to write a line into the script about the fact that Chili's would like, Pam's not allowed back because Chili's doesn't overserve their customers. And it just became part of the thing. But like they had to walk that line back like in post because Chili's was so mad about it that they threatened to like pull all their support for that episode. Like they weren't going to let them use their branding and the like decor from the restaurant. It was like a whole thing.
You know what's funny is I know that story.
Were you the one that I was talking about that with?
You were not talking with me about it. Goldfish brain. See, I should have put this on your stinking list, bro. Do you not remember?
No, I don't remember.
You and I were in
this was happening at Lollapalooza.
You and I were in the same room.
It feels like this happened at Lollapalooza.
You and I... No, it didn't. It happened in San Diego.
Did it? When? No.
Hello? McFly!
Okay, but I remember... No, but I remember
You remember the story.
So,
You remember the story, but you do not remember anything
but I
else.
don't remember the context.
Oh my god.
When was this? That was a really long weekend.
Yeah. This was at the panel, the showrunners panel, and Mike Schur was telling that story.
Got it. Yep. Okay. I was like, why would I know this information? Who said this? Oh my god. It was just the showrunner for The Office. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I paid attention in that panel. I paid attention to the content.
Yeah. You did.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so that's where the Chili's overserved card came from, is like, you have to leave.
Yeah, so my joke, I sent it on Twitter a couple days ago, but my joke was that they would give that to us showing up at the Chili's because we were eating we were doing too much triple dipper. They had to cut us off from the triple dipper.
It would be like the no fly list, but it would be the no triple dipper list, and
we almost got that from the Denny's
behind the bar.
We almost got that from the Denny's.
We could have
in Colorado several years ago. But
that Denny's could have cut us off.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for an alcohol reason, but like too many visits in 24 hours. Be like, don't you idiots have anything better to do? Mm-hmm. Is there nowhere else you can go? You've come here for every meal.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we were just like in the back giggling at 2 a.m. over hash browns, and then walking back to the hotel and realizing we still had another hour to kill before this match because of the time change.
Silly. Oh, that was the longest hour of our lives.
So bad.
And then I got worse
in that hour. Yeah.
You did.
Tells you how bad it was.
Yeah. I have proof.
We don't have anything else to do.
Yeah. Okay. We're running out of time. Damn it! How the hell do we always do this every freaking week, man?
It's fine. Let's go quick. We can skip the Sprite Hunt. I'll just tell the people that if you know about the Fortnite sprites, I got them all. I found some lovely people to trade with me from the internet, and then I also traded back before my internet got nuked today for like 3 hours. I don't know what the hell happened with that. I think somebody hit the Wi-Fi line. But I got them all, so don't worry about me, but I will not be doing this again next season, mark my words, because 117 is too many, number one. And number two, I think they look cute this season, because they're like kind of, great. They're like kind of squishy, and like, they have like a little wobble to them. They're kind of cute. They're like little friends. The ones next season are very like cube-like, for lack of a better word, and I don't find them cute or fun in the same way that I find the ones from this season cute and fun.
Yeah. There you go.
So if you want any, I have them all. I'll drop them to you.
I have 2.
You got like 5. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, whatever. I have
most of them are probably on accident. So
I have the Batman one, which is the one I wanted. So that's good. He gives me little bat wings. It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. La La Land, 10th anniversary. Happy anniversary, La La Land. Now, this is a movie. I went and saw this last night in Dolby for the 10th anniversary. A lot of people showed up at the theater. It was great. It was full crowd. And now, this is a movie that you made fun of me for years. Because, maybe not years, but like you made fun of me for a while. You were like, you need to watch this movie. And I was like, because I had never seen it up until 2024. When I first watched it, our friendship almost ended because I told you I didn't like it.
Because it's the same thing you said about Mean Girls the first time you watched it.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I don't know. I like fell asleep. I couldn't get into it.
Exactly. Yes. I've watched it twice since, obviously, and the 2 times I've watched it since, I have bumped it up my score each time.
Okay.
So
good.
it was a last time I watched it in 2024, it was 4 stars, and I watched it again last night, bumped it up to 4.5 stars because I think like seeing it in a theater with Dolby sound and everything just makes the experience better.
Because that's how I saw it the first time. I saw it in theaters with one of my friends while we were in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember being like one of few times that I can remember like physically being moved by a movie theater experience was like It was that scene at the party when she's like walking to the bathroom and everything around her is happening in slow motion and the snow starts to fall down and then the room speeds up, and like there was something about it that was like, I've never seen anybody do this before. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into because I didn't know it was a musical. I knew nothing about it going into it. And I came out of that film a changed person. It's in my top 4 in Letterboxd. It probably will be forever. And the thing I like the most about that movie is that if you are having a really good day and you want it to continue, you just turn it off before like the last 10 minutes and then your day is awesome still. If you want to have a bad day, you watch it all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, first of all,
It's not
like,
bad. It's not a bad ending. It makes sense, but it's a specific kind of pain that
yeah, I was thinking about that leaving the theater last night because I felt the last time I watched it, I kind of felt the way you did about it, which is that the very, very end of the movie, I was sad about it. However, I think watching it again this time, maybe it was just I think it depends on your mood. I feel like and like what you want to get out of the movie, because I think this is the beauty of this ending is you can kind of like take from it what you want, and I think that's the great thing about the movie is the arc of the movie leads into this a lot, and so you can take away from that very, very end of the movie and those close-up shots of Emma and Ryan, you can take from it what you will. And I think getting out of the movie, watching it this time, I felt like it was for me anyway, this time it was a happy ending because they both look at each other and they both kind of give the nod that, hey, we're okay. You know, we didn't end up together, but we're okay. Both of us got what we wanted. And
like was it the Hollywood ending? No. But does that mean that everything that they went through and they both grew as people and as individuals, they got, again, like you said, they got what they were looking for. There was a lot of love between them. It was good. It doesn't necessarily have to sting so much in that way. That I think it certainly was not the traditional end. It's not the traditional ending. A lot of films don't like to end that way, or even halfway as ambiguous as that sort of is.
Yeah.
But it's real. It's real in a way where, like, if you've experienced a falling out with somebody, even a friendship, it doesn't have to be a relationship, you understand it. You're like, yeah, I'm a different person than I was back then, but that doesn't mean that at times it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It's real life.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things like I think as I've watched it more, it's my movie tastes have changed enough to where I just appreciate, and I think this would be a good transition from La La Land to Cat Miasma, what I liked about that movie. But I appreciate directors and writers and movies that take chances and that are different and that feel cinematic, to use that phrase, where you're taking full advantage of what you see and not just what you see on a page. And I feel like that's what La La Land was, because it is so visually arresting from that opening scene, which is still, you watch it again, you're just like, this is incredible. Like, it's just, how do they pull this off and do it so well? And like, even to this day, you watch that and you go, it's hard to find an opening scene to a movie that gets to that level in terms of how great a scene that is. It's so colorful. There's so many background dancers. It's massive. It is so well choreographed. It's cool. The song is cool. And throughout the entire movie, it's like that, where everything about it is just so visually unique and interesting, and it's memorable for that reason. I think that's why I thought the same about, I said, like, Cat Meows is one of those movies. That's why I like The Substance so much, because The Substance felt like something I hadn't seen before.
Substance rocked in that regard. It was visually something so different.
And there are movies that we don't get very often like that anymore. I'm sure there's other movies of, another movie from this year that was that way is I Love Boosters was that way too, where you were watching it and it's just Boots Riley, who wrote and directed the movie. You can just tell like that was the movie he wanted to make, and there was no studio interference, and it shows up on screen, the passion he had for that project.
That's true. When writers and directors really want to make something, you can tell.
Yes, and that's why I liked I Love Boosters, because it's that way, and so all like so La La Land, I Love Boosters, and Miasma, they're all in that conversation for that style of filmmaking, and I was thinking about this too, which is like Emma Stone won for Best Actress that year, well deserved, but you know who beat out Ryan Gosling for Best Actor that year?
Who?
It was Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck for which movie?
Movie called Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Didn't Ryan Gosling get it back for Barbie, which was a really weird movie for a man to win an award for, but okay.
I don't think he won that year.
He got back something.
He got nominated for it, but he didn't win that year. Let's see.
Oh no, he won Best Song. He was because there's this reaction of him looking really stunned that he won for something at the Oscars.
Yeah. Okay. Academy Awards. Okay, yeah, he was nominated for Best Actor he was nominated in 2006 apparently. So he Best Supporting Actor for Barbie he got nominated for, didn't win, but anyway, yeah, so like that, and then my other thing about this is I think Damien Chazelle is in
the Critics' Choice Awards. Yes, I have this soundtrack on vinyl, by the way.
Yeah. Yes.
For La La Land, I have the score. Mm-hmm. Justin Horowitz is awesome. Damien Chazelle is an incredible director.
Yes,
because
I agree.
You can just tell that he wanted to make that movie.
Yes, because he did Whiplash, which I watched for the first time earlier this year, and I loved. Mm-hmm. He did Babylon, which I watched, I think, maybe last year, and it's a movie that, again, for the same reason that La La Land is great, because it is so visually interesting and unique, and you don't see much like it. Babylon is the same way, and I even put this in my review for Babylon, where it's like it's basically the same movie, but like kind of flipped on its head in a way, I guess. And so more people should see Babylon, because it is a great movie. It is incredible. The cast is crazy. It's one of those movies that like you press play on it and it's just like an ass kicker the entire time, because there's so much happening the entire movie. And I think
people just got mad at it because it was almost near 3 hours in an era where movies weren't that long normally.
Yeah. Great Tobey Maguire cameo in the movie too in Babylon. But he hasn't made a movie since. He also did another movie with Ryan Gosling. He did First Man, which I need to rewatch, because the first time I watched it, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, because I don't think it was what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be, Apollo 13 and The Right Stuff and some of these other kind of movies about the NASA program, and it wasn't that, and I think I was kind of thrown off by that, so I feel like I need to rewatch it to kind of get it more. But yeah, he has a new movie coming out, I think maybe next year, but he's been in director jail because we haven't heard from him since Babylon came out. I think that's a shame. So if you look up his IMDb page, he's got a movie coming out with Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig. I believe it's set in a prison.
Prison set drama.
Yeah.
Nice.
Locked in.
Yep.
We don't know. We don't even have a name for this movie yet.
Set in the 1940s, it follows the psychological duel between prison warden Daniel Craig and a defiant inmate Cillian Murphy within a brutal correctional system.
Oh, this is Shawshank Redemption 2.0. This is gonna rock.
Yeah, that's a good duo.
Just give them all the awards already. But anyway, that's my re-review of La La Land. I've really, really come to appreciate the movie. I've come around on it.
Good. I love to hear that.
Everybody in the theater, a lot of people in the theater were giving a round of applause. So
good, as they should. You talked a little bit about Camp Miasma, so let's segue into that because visually, an awesome film. Like
yes,
even and we could tell even with the stills, even with the very limited like that the opening credits that they played for us at San Diego Comic-Con, like you could just tell visually and sort of narratively that there was gonna be something good here. A lot of like split diopter shots in there, hand painted sort of like backdrops and things, just like doing visual cinema in a way where the easier way out would have been to use green screen or CGI or technology in some way, shape, or form to structure this, but like dedicated to doing it right. And I think that makes sense for the film too, because so much of this has Hannah Einbinder's character like committed to finding the heart and soul of this original movie and like wanting to get that right. And so it feels like it's sort of playing a similar narrative at the same time. Is like you can tell that the director, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Is it Schönbrunn?
Schönbrunn, yeah.
Jane Schönbrunn, like, wants to do this right and is paying tribute to a lot of these older films and things like that. And at the same time, her character, the director, Chris, in the film, Hannah Einbinder's character, like, wants to do it right, wants to pay tribute. Like, it's funny that they're sort of, like, running the same path at the same time. It's almost like a little self-insert a bit of the character 100%. In there. And it's really cool visually and like the character acting is good. It gets a little strange. It gets a little there's a word for it. It's like what's the word? What is it called? It's called like magical realism when it's done in books. Where fantastic or supernatural events happen in a normal everyday world, because it gets weird because there are shots in this that are completely normal, and then there will be something that is part of it that is just so different and fantastical and like forces you to process both of these things at once, that they're happening like that. And then they pull you back in with some really weird, random, completely grounding thing, like a bucket of KFC chicken, or like that weird Zoom call with all the producers at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like Hannah's actively like losing her mind and like walking them through all of this stuff about like, this is how the film's going to go. And it like goes very Rocky Horror for a second, where it's like you're seeing it through the character's eyes, through the lens. And then you come back and some producer's making a terrible joke on Zoom and you're like, what the hell? It gives you whiplash at points in time. I don't know. I really liked it. I think it's like it'll maybe get an increased experience for me with a proper cinema viewing.
Yeah.
Why is it only in 54 theaters, Richard?
We were talking, you and I were both getting angry about this before. I don't get it, dude. Like, if you want people to see your movie, go put it in more theaters so people can go see your movie. You can't make money or expect your movie to do well if people can't see it how it's meant to be seen. Sure, like it's a movie release, so you can go and put it on Mubi. That's fine, right? That's like I said, we mentioned the substance.
With the substance.
The substance happened with the substance, which is great. And a lot of people were able to see the movie that way. But like, as far as I can remember, you couldn't go see it in theaters. Even though I heard a lot about it, I was like, I want to see this movie. I was not able to see it until they put it on Mubi. Like, come on, man. Like, and it's supposed to go a little bit wider this week, but still, like, make your movies more accessible, y'all. We don't need 25 Spider-Man showings. You know? We don't need that.
True.
We don't need that.
I feel like you would get a lot, and I don't understand the staggered release necessarily, where it's like major markets 1 week ahead of other markets. Like, the closest theater where I can go see this is damn near 50 miles away. Which, like, okay, but maybe not. You know, like, it's hard. You're forcing people to really commit to something like that. And you could if you're gonna do a 2-part release, do a streaming release where it's like, pay to watch it for the first however many weeks, or like, you get a 24-hour rental or whatever, like they do with The Substance, and then put it in theaters alongside that. Or you have to put it in a lot of theaters all at once. This like phased release thing, I feel like, is maybe like tempering its own success, because you're going to hear about it a lot during this very first week with the people in major markets that are getting to see it. And then by the time you actually get a chance wherever you live, the interest has already started to fade down on it.
Yes. Amen.
You're hurting yourself.
Let us run a studio.
Yeah. We had a good moment with that last week too. I don't remember what it was. Goldfish brain. Yeah. But let us make the business decisions.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
let us make any business decisions.
Real quick, I'll give my quick thoughts on the movie too.
Yeah.
It took about, I don't know, half an hour for the movie to click for me. The first 30 minutes of this movie are okay, but it didn't really click. And then once...
It doesn't click until Gillian Anderson shows up.
I even say longer. Yeah, like when she shows up is fine, but like it's even further than that where it took me, because even some of the comedy bits weren't quite working for me earlier on in the movie. And there were people in my theater that were like cracking up at some of these jokes. I'm like, I just don't find some of the humor in this. Like, it just wasn't funny to me. Mostly because I was like I was still trying
maybe the part where they decide to work together, where you're like, okay, now we're going in the same direction.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember like the scene where I was like, okay, and now I'm completely locked into this. And I think I'm trying to remember, what was it? Because I'm trying to, again, I saw it on like Thursday or Friday, so it's not even that long ago that I saw it. But I feel like it was probably the scene where it's the two of them watching back the movie.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I think that's right. They're like watching her screener of it, and then you're seeing their reactions at the same time that you're seeing some of that old footage.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay.
I think that's when the movie really started to work. And then once you figure out what Jane is doing with the movie, and you kind of, it's one of those movies, and I said this about the Odyssey too, but like, I feel like if I go see it again, it's going to be a completely different experience, because you kind of know where the movie's headed, because again, you get to a certain point and it kind of just like completely flips and becomes something entirely different and new. And I was locked into this entire movie. It was truly an incredible experience. And I put this in my Letterboxd review. I'm glad that we have Jane's voice in Hollywood making movies like this. And the response being so well received from a lot of people, because the subject matter is,
especially you took a swing with that one. You took a swing, and we're seeing how it would be received, and it's nice that it's being received so positively so far.
Yes. Yeah. Again, the Letterboxd score, as more people are going to see it right now, is 3.9.
It's still doing well on, still 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Exactly. So I might go see this again in theaters. We'll see. But yeah, I was blown away by it. It is. I expected this movie to be horny. It might be the horniest movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, truly.
Real.
Like,
don't take anybody to see this.
Yeah, movie. Don't go see this with your parents.
No, you have to go see this movie by yourself and sit in the back row and wear a hoodie, and like, just don't be involved.
Yes.
You have to, you gotta be normal about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, great film. So glad that we got that. I'm excited to see what Jane does next. And like, also pointing out, like, this was Hannah's first major movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was incredible.
She's just going for it, man. Like, Hacks was her first TV show. This is her first movie. She's like, just sign me up. I'll do it, and I'll do it really well.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Only an hour, 20 minutes this week.
That's not so bad. We've done worse. We've done worse recently.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We will talk to you again next week. I will let you know how I did in the ticket war for Dune.
Yeah. I didn't know that was happening.
That happened today. So we'll fill you in on that next week and other stuff. Maybe I'll have a rant about the Arizona Diamondbacks and Ketel Marte. We might get to that once we actually figure out what the frick is going on, dude. Strange.
That's a weird one. Yeah.
Split diopter. See you next week, everybody.